Yo, what's good everyone? This is Ayo Boxing from Mediba, and we're here to talk about the problem of Regis Prograis versus Devin Haney. As we all know, the first press conference of Regis Prograis versus Devin Haney was today, and it was a little chaotic but entertaining. A lot of shit talking from both sides, primarily from Devin Haney and Regis's strength and conditioning coach. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting this. I'm pretty sure this is the most trash talking that Devin has done in his career, and Regis was mainly quiet, which is surprising because Regis has been talking a lot of stuff on Twitter and in interviews. But I'm really looking forward to this fight now, and there's a lot of interesting things said by both sides. Bill brought up a good point, which was no one really wanted to fight Regis until Devin stepped up, and this is somewhat true. Regis has always been avoided at 140, and no one really called him out even after becoming a WBC champion again, except for Subriel Matias and Jack Catterall, but those aren't big names. Regis and his coach tried to spin the narrative by saying that Devin only took the fight because of the Zorilla performance, which sounds good but doesn't make sense because Bill was at the Zorilla fight already. But the most interesting thing said by Regis and his coach was calling Devin a private school kid and saying he wasn't from the trenches, which was funny but also why I have an issue with the fight so far. There's a reason why Regis and his coach overemphasize on Devin's upbringing. Boxing is a poor man's sport. The majority of the people who go into boxing are from the lower, working class, and from poverty. People who grew up middle class or well off, like Devin Haney, typically don't box because there are better opportunities to make money. And this ties into the belief that people from the hood or barrio are tougher and work harder, while well off and affluent people are softer. And there's some general truth to this. Furthermore, a lot of people and boxing fans tend to identify with the rags to riches story, so it's understandable why Regis and his team took jabs at Devin and his upbringing. And some may say that Devin tries to portray himself as a hood dude or wannabe tough street guy, but boxing imitates life, and that's the problem I have with this fight. Because speaking from my own experience as a young black man, there's a mentality within the black community that you have to come from the struggle, and if you don't, then you're not real. To clarify, everyone doesn't think like this, but enough people do, which has an effect. And it's a backwards mentality, and often creates a type of disdain between the classes, which often leads kids from the middle class or well-off backgrounds to try to act hood or hard when they don't have to, causing them to crash out. Ja Morant is a perfect example of this phenomenon. Truth is, there's nothing wrong with being from the hood or coming from the struggle. As stated before, a lot of people identify with the rags to riches story, and a lot of black icons, especially from boxing, come from the struggle. However, there's nothing wrong with being middle class or well off, because those same black icons and regular people who came from the struggle and work hard to put themselves in better positions financially so that their families and kids will have better lives. I know for a fact that Regis and his coach don't want their kids to experience the same hardships that they face being from the struggle, and it's the reason why they chose boxing. I know Bill Haney gets a lot of shit for being the mouthpiece for Devin and always taking up for him, and it can get annoying at times, but as a father, Bill Haney has done a great job raising his son. Bill went through the struggle in order to put Devin in the position that he's in now, so that should be celebrated. Furthermore, there's been several great fighters that come from the middle class or well-off backgrounds or didn't necessarily come from the struggle. Muhammad Ali, Errol Spence, Naoya Inoue, and Marco Antonio Barrera are some examples. And based on what we know and seen, Devin is shaping up to be one. The point is, I don't think the main selling point for this fight should be about who did or did not struggle. It does make for entertaining back and forth, and the private school, homeschool jokes are funny, but boxing imitates life, and I don't want to see class warfare in the comment sections and YouTube videos concerning this fight. But knowing how boxing fans are and how promotion works, this topic will most likely be a narrative for this fight. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing from Mediba. Hit like, subscribe, and more content's coming your way.